You happy? Oh my god, gotta stretch. I think the reverb's still on, isn't it? I think the reverb's still on. There it is. There's the reverb. And let's put this back on. I'm gonna tell you guys, today's karaoke. It's gonna be a little bit weird. There's a couple songs in here that I'm not quite sure why I picked, but hopefully it's not a problem. Anyways, let's begin. Sitting with you underneath the tree of life. We listened to every faded cry of the creatures there on the day the world began. Looking at everything that I've lost and almost everything that I've loved. I'll hold them all tightly in my arms, wondering where I am. So please tell me where to go. All of the answers you seek lie hidden in the sun. If I hadn't met you, my life would have been in the darkness forever. In my wings are the powers of immortality. But by meeting you, my whole life has changed. You give light to me, hope to me, strength into my life. All this time, these 12,000 years, I know Aishi Telu. 8,000 years from the time that I met you, my love grows stronger than before. 100 million and 2,000 years from now, Aishi Telu. I want you to know, since you came in my life, every day, every night, you give light into the darkest skies. Hope all of you guys are having a good evening so far. Welcome to the Ryugu Jazz Club. My name is Nanase Cain. I will be your, well, I guess it's a jazz club, not a host club. How are you guys all doing? Hope you're having a good Monday evening. I know it's just the start of the week. Lots of people started their work weeks again. It's probably quite busy, but it's the end of the day. You can come take a seat, order a drink, and just enjoy it. Have a good time. Let's say hi to everybody here. Welcome, I'm floating around, and welcome Hero. I see that you've already gotten yourself a nice drink, right? What is that? A nice champagne, perhaps? I don't know. I don't have drinks. I wouldn't be able to help you with that. I should probably look into learning a little bit more about it. Oh no, but I'm speaking over the soloist. That's not good form. This time, these 12,000 years, I know Aishi Telu. 8,000 years from the time that I've met you, my love grows stronger than before. 100 million and 2,000 years from now, Aishi Telu. I want you to know, since you came in my life, every day, every night, you give light into the darkest skies. Ah, yes, 2023 Sprite. Fantastic harvest this year. Thank you all for the pachis. So, since we are in a special establishment today, figured we would change up the BGM a little bit. Now, this is, of course, also from the exact same set of music that we have procured our setlist from today. You might recognize the song. You might recognize where it's from. Also, I can't believe I just spoiled the entire setlist. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't spoil the entire setlist. Let's hide that first. Anyways, so that first song, hopefully no one's looking, was Genesis of Aquarian. So we're doing an entirely Platina Jazz set list today. And I don't know how many of you guys know about Platina Jazz. I'm pretty sure they're pretty popular. But basically, Platina Jazz is this, like, I don't know, I guess you could call them a group. They're like this jazz band. And they basically make jazz versions of a bunch of different anime songs. And so technically, you could consider the karaoke that we're doing today an anime karaoke. But it is also jazz. It's a little bit of both, right? I don't know, I've been meaning to do this actually for a while, and if I'm going to be completely honest, we were originally supposed to do a little bit of a different setlist today. I believe I had told people at the start of the month that we were going to work on doing a little bit of Frederick. But unfortunately, I started my preparations a little bit late. And because I started my preparations late, what that meant was that I did not get enough time to actually learn the songs. Common Nanase Cain L. That's a thing that happens quite often. As usual, yes, I know. It wasn't always this bad. I used to be able to, like, go ahead and prepare quite ahead of time, but I don't know. Lately, I think I've been slacking just a little tiny. Oh, Psychosec VT, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening so far. Come on, take a seat. Enjoy the vibes. I was worrying about that, but Platina Jazz is an immaculate vibe, so I'm not even mad. Wondering. Yeah. So hopefully, the change in programming is not too disappointing for our valued guests tonight. We will be doing Frederick at some point in the future. But I know I'm going to be doing Frederick, and I've already set it up. I think, like, when I first talked about doing Frederick, it was like late January. So, between like 1 month, and I'm going to say right now that we're going to put Frederick for April instead. And so, because Frederick is going to be for April, I think it might be a little longer. Because now we have like 2 months. We have 2 months all the way until the end of April to sort out learning that Frederick set list. Pee pee poo poo. You won't be laughing. Go on, say his name. You won't be laughing when you're dead. Yushikun, thank you for the resub. 19 months. You are over twice pregnant. You've been born 2 times over, and you're still here. Thank you for your support. I always appreciate your support. Unfortunately, because it's not a request karaoke, we won't be able to have our usual funny Yushikun request, where he does the nice, this is a respectable establishment. We are, taking care to make sure that we are on our utmost best behavior so that as to not disrupt and cause inconvenience to the other guests, right? Welcome everybody. Hope you guys enjoy the jazz day. So, of course, we've picked out, as usual, for the end of month karaoke, we do around 15 songs or so. Right? It's a little bit of a smaller set list than like our request karaoke's. The request karaoke's we usually go around 20 or so, right? But for the end of the month ones, we just pick 15 songs. I mean, usually they're like new songs too, so it takes a little while to learn. That's sort of like the leeway I'm giving myself, right? At the same time, not actually learning them. This karaoke in particular though, like when we changed the programming to Platina Jazz, Bodega Rat, time is a scam. It really is. 15 songs plus all the encore of the last minute raids. That's true. That's true. The last couple times we've been actually getting a little bit of multiple raids sort of thing. We've been getting multiple raids, and towards the end, and then people come to us like, well, I feel bad for them. Like they pretty much they have to scrub the VOD for the songs. So, we just do one for them, right? But thank you for the bodega sub again. 14 months. Time is indeed a scam. Big appreciate. Mm-hmm. All right, so why don't we see if we can move on to our next song? So the order that we've done this in, because usually for these sorts of curated karaoke set lists, we have a little bit of an ordering scheme. Like for the anime ones, it's usually like from date of release or like, I don't know, my anime list score. For some of these single artist ones, they've been in order of like preference. So for this one, this is chronological. So this is starting from Platina Jazz volumes 1 through 6, starting with 1. So this one that we just did, Genesis of Aquarian, is a track that was on the original first volume of Platina Jazz. And I think it's actually the only one from there. It might be the only one from there. If I were to take a look, it is in fact the only one from volume 1. So we do have actually though, the next 2 songs. The next 2 songs are from the second volume. So 1 from volume 1, 2 from volume 2, right? Funny number. And then the 3 after that are from volume 3. And then afterwards, we'll catch up with that later. But in any case, let's see if we can get our next song set up. This one, I do not actually know where it's from. I'm going to be real with you. Not all the songs on this set list. Forget having watched or not watched it. I just legitimately do not know where they're from. But since it's Platina Jazz anime music, I'm assuming that it's from an anime of some kind. I would not be able to tell you. I'm assuming that this might be older. And because it has like some important name in the title, which is usually what happens with old anime, and like their theme songs, like Space Pirate Cobra, like the theme song literally is just Space Pirate Cobra. And so, anyways, let's turn this off. And let's begin. Song number 2. Wipe away all your tears. Together we will conquer fear. Come and give us a hand in search of a new land. I wonder where you are, my friend. Tell us what is left in the end. One day hate will disappear. Then the way home will be clear. Nothing is ever too late if you know how to wait. I wonder where you are, my friend. Tell us what is left in the end. Give us your courage, my fam. You are our image, my fam. United we must fight, my fam. Uncertain of our might, my fam. We'll let the sax soloist cook a little bit. So I'm assuming there's probably something in this anime called Wi-Fi. Because the song has the title. Well, the song has the name in it. That's my assumption. What is Wi-Fi? Ginga Hyoryu Wi-Fi. There we go. 1983, so we were pretty on the dot. Galactic Drifter Wi-Fi, that's what it's called. Same creators as Gundam. Give give us your courage, my fam. You are our image, my fam. United we must fight, my fam. Uncertain of our might, my fam. Wipe away all your tears. Together we will conquer fear. Oh, come and give us a hand in search of a new land. I wonder where you are, my friend. Tell us what is left in the end. My fam. Thank you very much for the Pachis. Thank you. So, that was, let's see, where is it? There's the set list. Number 2, Hello Vifam, which I guess is the main theme to Galactic Drifter Vifam. I'm reading the Wikipedia article right now. They're originally drafted by Yoshiyuki Tomino, the creator of Mobile Suit Gundam, and planned by both Takayuki Kanda and Hiroyuki Hoshima. I have no idea who these people are. They're a little before my time, in the sense that they're from a little bit before I first came up on land, right? So and also just Gundam in general, not particularly familiar with it. It's not quite my thing. I don't know. I only recently started watching Gundam because of what's it called? G-Witch. Right, the Witch from Mercury. That's what they call it, G-Witch. And I mean, it's a pretty nice introduction to Gundam. If you've been into more like I guess there's no other way to say it, but like cute girls doing cute things, right? There's a kind of anime that's just like that. And if you're into that sort of stuff, G-Witch is a pretty good segue into children doing war crimes, which is your typical Gundam fare, right? I mean, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the second season. But of course, aside from just G-Witch, I also need to watch some of the other stuff that I started from the previous season and completely have neglected ever since. I don't know. I told myself that I'd be watching anime, and I was more excited more recently. But I don't know. Old habits die hard again. I don't know. Is it even a habit? Is not doing something considered a habit? I suppose you could consider it. If you don't do the dishes, that's a habit. Not watching anime. Can you call that a habit? Who watching things consistently? Who does that? I mean, I don't know. Some people do. Like, if you're super into it, then it's probably very easy to just keep on watching, right? I mean, I know before I was such an avid watcher, right? In the past, it would get to the point where I would refuse to stream it, and I would wait for the fan subs. Because this was back when I still, wasn't super. I didn't really know Japanese, right? And so I did have to rely on having subtitles and whatnot. And so I would go to horrible subs and whatnot. I just wait for the release there, and I was hoarding everything. I had this external hard drive where I just loaded all of the anime that I downloaded on. It was a different time. But I think doing that was a habit too, right? Just waiting every week for the new episode to come out so that you can go and download it in the highest quality you can and then watch that, right? But now I don't know. Maybe it's just that there's too many other things on my plate that I can no longer afford to dedicate that much time in my day to watching anime. I have two modes: binge watch nonstop or never pick it up again after 3 episodes. It's pretty bad. I mean, you do at least keep to the 3-episode rule, right? Usually people recommend that if you are starting an anime, you give it the old 3-episode try, right? You give it 3-episode try, and after 3 episodes, then you sort of decide, okay, yeah, this is worth sticking with, or nah, I don't feel like investing too much of my time into it, right? There are quite a lot of shows that actually almost design themselves entirely around that 3-episode rule. For example, just going off of what I know that comes immediately to the top of my head, if you're talking about something like Madoka, right? Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica, right? You have the first episode, which sets up, of course, this series, and then second episode, it just sort of like keeps up going, keeps up the mood, and right then, like, it's still very, like a typical magical girl anime, right? For the most part. And then episode 3 comes around, and then you're like, oh, that's what happens. And so by the 3-episode rule, right? So Madoka actually really, really followed that to a T. So, which I suppose might have contributed to its success. I think 1 hour worth of watching, which is around 3 episodes, is a pretty standard sort of judgment area, I guess. And the other thing is, for example, my favorite anime, Gurren Lagann, also follows that same rule, because in episode 1, you are introduced to the characters as well as Lagann, right? The little tiny mech. Then in episode 2, you get introduced to a couple more characters, and then you are introduced to Gurren, which is the big mech. Then in episode 3, you get Gurren Lagann because they combine. Wow, they're combining robots. And so, of course, it also follows that, right? I don't know, there's probably a lot of other series that also do that as well. Although I do feel like lately, a lot of these series, they're doing split cores as opposed to a full-on 24 to 27 episodes run. And so, I don't know, 3 episodes out of 24 is a lot smaller of a ratio than 3 episodes out of 12, right? Because 3 episodes out of 12 is a whole quarter of the anime. At that point, if you've watched 3 episodes, you've already invested quite a bit of, attention into that series. And I guess it might feel like a little bit more of a waste if you don't finish it. But, I mean, there's also the whole industry thing too, right? I know, we all old. The attention span just ain't the same as it used to be. It's not the same. I do wish that I could, focus a little bit more on doing the things that I wanted to do, because it's here's all the stuff that I want to watch, here's all the stuff that I want to make, including covers and stuff, right? Because I have a bunch of ideas for covers, but it's just when can I find the motivation to do? For example, there's this one cover that I've been sleeping on for almost a year at this point, and I feel really bad. I do feel really bad, and I'm gonna get it done eventually because I do have art for it. We're gonna get the music video done, but I just gotta kick myself to do it. 3 to 5 is a good range. I'd say 3 to 5 is a good range. 5, I think it might be a little bit on the high side, especially, of course, if you're talking about one core series, right? Because if you're talking about a one core series, then 5 episodes is almost half of the entire series. And so if you're watching half the entire series, you might as well just finish it. 5 for long words. Okay, I would say that's fair. So if you're watching something with a 20-something episode, a 2-core, right? 5, I think it would be acceptable. 5 is probably not a bad number to go for that. I would agree. Anyways, so that's, talking a little bit about anime, because we were talking about ByFam and how I have not watched it because it's old. Talking about old things, we can talk about old things afterwards too. Because there's a part of me, I've never really cared about video game graphics and whatnot. But anyways, we can save that for afterwards. Let us continue with our next song number 3. Which is, what was this from again? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at where this came from, because it is very familiar. What? Anshin Papa. I think this was supposed to be an anime thing of some kind, right? But apparently, a bunch of people have been making, other versions of it, so I guess it's been many places. Anyways. is a classic. If you know your Platina Jazz, this is probably very familiar. I think Professor Bloom has done this one as well. Can't get no sleep tonight. It's all because of you. Even though I was with you and we just said goodnight, cheeks are burning red for you. Heart is beating fast for you. At last, at last. Oh, it is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Why is it I feel this sweet and tender? Oh, I don't know why. It is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Yes, I know it's strange for a man to cry. Can't hold back being in love with you. And when we meet again, I know just where we'll go. All my dreams of tomorrow can't help but grow and grow. All this love I give to you, give eternally to you. For sure, for sure. Oh, it is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Why is it I feel this sweet and tender? Oh, I don't know why. It is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Yes, I know it's strange for a man to cry. Can't hold back being in love with you. With you. If anybody does know where this was used as an app, please let me know. I would love to be able to not know about the songs that I do. Oh, it is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Why is it I feel this sweet and tender? Oh, I don't know why. It is my first kiss, true kiss with you. I will give you all my love. Yes, I know it's strange for a man to cry. Can't hold back being in love with you. Oh, I do. Cause I do. Thank you everybody for Pachis. Thank you. And welcome, Power Nelson. Thank you. That was our third song of the evening, Hajimete no Chu, which is, I guess, just first kiss. That's what it means. Thank you. This one's also a classic. This one was on the second Platina Jazz album, and I did listen to this quite a lot. I had a phase a while back where I just like put all the Platina Jazz stuff on repeat, and so I do know a lot of the stuff quite well, aside from some of the newer albums, because I think I followed up to like volume 4, and then after volume 4 I sort of forgot that Platina Jazz existed for a while, and so the 5 and 6s, I mean, they're all anime songs, right? So if I know the original, then it's probably pretty easy to pick up a little bit afterwards, but there's a couple of songs that are on the set list that are a little bit more challenging for different reasons. Brains, thanks for coming by. Welcome. By the way, please feel free to, just relax in this establishment. Get yourself a nice drink. We are in, of course, a jazz bar, and so it's not really a jazz bar if you don't have yourself like a beverage go along with the singer. But yeah, before this, we were talking about old stuff. What is it that I was talking about? Old stuff again? See, this is why I need to finish my tangents. I need to finish my tangents before I go on a 4 or 5 minute singing break, because then my brain will just completely lose all memory of the conversation that we had before. It's like, it's like the equivalent of, when you, like, in school, you studied for a test, right? You had the test the next day, and then, you cram all night, and then you pull an all-nighter or something, and then you do the test, and then immediately after the test is done, every bit of knowledge that you studied for just escapes your brain. It's like that, except I'm not even studying, and 2, it applies to everything. So if I stop talking about something, I will literally forget about what it was that we were on about, unless I'm prompted. Oh no, actually, I think I remember what it was now. Yeah, old stuff. I think this mostly applies to like old movies, because I know people will often like lambaste me for saying that, I've never watched Star Wars. I've never watched Star Wars. And people will be like, "You've never watched Star Wars? You're not cultured. You don't understand the fabric of our society." I haven't watched Star Trek either. But then, like, I would tell myself, okay, fine, like maybe I'll try it. And then I just think about Star Wars, and it's like, oh, the first Star Wars, I mean, I feel like I should probably watch them in release order, right? Because that's sort of like how fans had to experience it. And then I look at the first movie, and it's from like the fucking 1800s, and I look at that and I'm just like, movies were different back then, and I'm not sure if I'm quite able to stomach that sort of thing, right? If you ever decide to skip 70, well, welcome, Squiddy. Brace, you haven't watched it either? Finally, somebody who actually is on like the same plane of existence as I am. Wow, who would imagine Anime Man doesn't watch anything good and keeps watching? Nelson, but you watch anime. Now, it's not to say that I don't watch any old movies, right? Because I do remember watching the newer Planet of the Apes reboots, like the trilogy, and I like them quite a lot. At that time, I had a friend who was like, okay, well, if you've watched this stuff, you need to appreciate the old one. And so they took me to one of these like really old, those like really old theaters that are almost like heritage buildings. So we went to one of those theaters. We bought a ticket to the original Planet of the Apes, and I went to watch that. And you know what? The what's it called? The cheesiness of the outfits aside, it was a pretty good movie. Like I'll say it. Like Planet of the Apes, the original, was a really, really good movie. And I think it's probably going to be the exact same case with Star Wars, where if I go and watch it, even the old ones, I'll probably enjoy it. But the thing is, I just can't seem to motivate myself to do it. Like, I went to this movie with that friend because they asked me to, right? They were like, okay, like, we're going to go and hang out, and I'm going to make you watch this old movie. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can watch a movie, we can go get like beer afterwards or something, and then, we just had a good time. But if I'm on my own, just sitting here, I'm telling myself, okay, go watch Star Wars. I'll just tell myself and think and say, you know what? I could watch Star Wars. Or I could play Uma Musume. But yeah, let's see. People got so offended over Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, it's like Star Wars people treat as like this, well, not everybody, just some people I know, right? It seems like some people I know treat Star Wars almost like this, I don't know, like this canonical text of pop culture, where if you don't watch Star Wars, you're not like fully appreciating Western pop culture or something. I have enough series that have been, mangled by Disney to appreciate. I watched one, I think my dad would play it a lot, but I didn't bother paying attention. That's fair. I mean, you probably have some osmosis knowledge of Star Wars from that, right? I mean, I don't have much osmosis knowledge of much of anything because, back in Dragon Household, we were under the sea. We didn't really get a lot of cultural items. And so, when I was just a wee baby dragon of a couple of 100 years old, we did not have music playing in the house. We did not have movies or whatnot. I don't even know what the heck we did. I think Dragon Mom and Dragon Dad watched a lot of TV, but they would always watch their they would watch their dragon language program, right? And I'd be sitting here being like, guess I'll go play with the Lego or something then, I guess. And I mean, I exposed myself to a lot of Pokemon and YTV. Of course, all the children's anime, Pokemon, Beyblade, Digimon, Metabots. Oh, God, I love Metabots. Did I mention Beyblade yet? I don't think I mentioned Beyblade yet. I know what a lightsaber is? Yeah, I know what a lightsaber is too. Hell yeah. Hey, it's we have the same basic knowledge. I think if you're a fan of sci-fi, it is a very important milestone for both series, but as someone who isn't, you could easily pass it. Yeah, that's true. I think I've never really been into sci-fi as a whole, which is probably why it took me so long to, get into Gundam. Because whenever you think of Gundam, it's a lot of, space combat, right? And, space opera, that sort of thing. Well, I guess space opera would be considered sci-fi, right? I don't know. I've been watching a little bit more space opera lately. I had a friend who pulled me along to watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is very good, by the way, which is very good. The remake comes out very, very slowly, but it is such a good series. The problem comes when you tell them you're indeed not a fan of sci-fi and they get offended anyways. I don't watch Gundam because there isn't sentient robots. I mean, well, actually, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there may be. There may be. I like building the gunpla. I've been thinking about getting into what's it called? Plamo? What's it called? Plastic models. I don't know. Most of the stuff that it's just whenever I go to the local anime store and buy plastic models, 99% of the stock will be Gundam. And I know they're diversifying a little bit more now, right? For example, when I went the other day, I saw that they had this selection for younger kids, which was just Pokemon Plamo, right? But I was curious about it, but then I looked at it and it was 20 pieces. So it was basically nothing, right? And so for anybody who, I don't know, probably enjoys the crafting and building process, 20 pieces is not going to be enough for fun, right? I do also see that they have been spreading out into a lot of a mecha girls. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's they're girls, but then they have mecha parts on them with robot wings and whatnot and that sort of thing. And I feel if anything, that might be a little bit more my speed. But then I look at the price tag, and they're usually over $100. At which point I'm standing there thinking to myself, I could spend $100 on frame arm girls. I think that's what we're talking about here. Frame arm girls. I could spend $100 on a frame arm girls model. Or I could spend $100 buying gems in Uma Musume. And so, I mean, it's not like I do that, right? It's not like I do that, but, Anyways, so that was the third song, and then we were talking about a little bit, of course, about old stuff, old pop culture, that sort of thing. This next song, I guess it's another one of those old series that have the title in the name of the theme. I have no idea when it's from. But let's see. What's this called in Japanese? Hey, it'll be a hint. This is called Ginga Tetsudo 39. Ginga Tetsudo 39. This is a okay. When did it come out? 1994 reprint of it. Oh no, the original one was 77. Oh my god. Down bad for the horsies. I cannot accept the horsies that took away my dragon wives, but it was. Oh, okay. So see, I was actually curious about that. I remember you talking about how, in principle, you could not support Uma Musume, and I was wondering what the reason for that. And I thought it would be something really serious. It's Dragalia lost, isn't it? It's Dragalia lost, right? I understand. Yeah, people were very it's always the case with mobile games. When they shut down, people get quite upset about it, and for good reason, right? But I think that's something that we can talk about after we finish our next song. I am going to type out a little reminder myself, just so that I know what we were talking about before. All right, so here's our next song. 銀河鉄道39. Thought I'd reach the end of a long, long journey, only to find it's not over, and there's so much more to discover, somewhere in unknown space, in the bright sea of stars. Another star is calling to dream on and keep on searching, as long as there are dreams burning in the hearts of the young. For as long as there's desire, you'll never tire. The Galaxy Express 39 will take you on a journey, a never-ending journey. Journey to the stars. I thought I'd reach the end of a long, long journey, only to find it's not over, 'cause there's so much more to discover, somewhere in unknown space, in the bright sea of stars. Another star is calling to dream on and keep on searching, as long as there are dreams burning in the hearts of the young. For as long as there's desire, you'll never tire. The Galaxy Express 39 will take you on a journey, a never-ending journey. Journey to the stars. Oh. Come on now and fly with me. Spread those wings, baby. Let's fly. As long as there are dreams burning in the hearts of the young, for as long as there's desire, you'll never tire. You'll never tire. The Galaxy Express 39 will take you on a journey, a never-ending journey. Journey to the stars. To the stars. Come on, baby, let me take you on this journey to the stars. Why am I muted? I've been talking about Galaxy Express 39 being old for like a minute straight, and I didn't realize I was muted. I thought I pressed the button. Sorry, I had to clear my throat because there was a little bit of a weirdness going on. I did not do the usual thing of a little bit of honey lemon tea. And so what we're going to be hopefully remembering to do for the next time is that we got to make sure every time we do one of these, gotta have that honey lemon tea just to clear out the throat, make sure there's no weird phlegmy weirdness. I wonder if it might actually have something to do with the thing I ate before too. Whoa, what's going on here? What is going on here? Mr. Kagi Oniyama, let's give you a raid. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Nanase Cain, and I am a Dragon Messenger VTuber. Today, we are taking a trip to the local jazz club. We're having a little bit of a set list for the end of the month. Of course, we always do an end of the month karaoke. And this time around, the theme is Platina Jazz. Platina Jazz. I'm sure if you enjoy your anime, you might understand what Platina Jazz is. Pretty good. We've got a little set list of 15 songs for you guys today. How are you guys doing? Scarlet Violet was good. Ooh, speaking of Scarlet Violet, let's give you another shout out. Because on this weekend, this Saturday in fact, on Kaji Oniyama's channel, there is going to be a Scarlet Violet, well, I guess technically showdown, but it's a Scarlet Violet Generation Pokemon tournament. Singles, and there's a bunch of VTubers participating. All the players have like themed teams and everything. It's gonna be great. Please check it out. Follow Kaji Oniyama so that you'll get the notification for that stream when it happens. Did you know the special Pikachu raid is already gone because I didn't? Ooh, the surfing one, right? The surfing one? Yeah, I know people were talking about it, but see, it doesn't matter to me because I cannot participate in raids for reasons I will not elaborate on. So are you participating? Yes, Insaga. Welcome. I am in fact participating. You might be able to actually, if you look in the Discord, you might be able to see actually that I have my little trainer card in there. I have like 30 surfing Pikachu from previous games. They keep on releasing all these surfing Pikachus, right? Game's theme is I hate fun. No. Pop, you've seen my trainer card. It's not that bad. If you want to see a team that's really, really sweaty, you should look at Floop's. Floop has probably the sweatiest team I've seen in all of that Discord. Mine is nowhere near as sweaty. Really nowhere near as sweaty. Screamtail can eat my entire... What's wrong with Screamtail? Screamtail isn't even... Literally, people don't even use Screamtail for offense. It's just there to soak up hits. Like, it's basically a dummy. It's basically a fighting dummy. Kane's Screamtail is designed specifically to troll. No, it's not called trolling. It's called field control, which I suppose also has the word troll in it. But it's different. It's not the same. Don't worry about it. I hate your fun. I love trolling. Oh, it's UK. I didn't get that at first. Yeah. So we might be looking a little bit different from the guild card. The guild card. I keep thinking of Monster Hunter. It's not a guild card. It's a trainer card. Because there's a short hair incognito outfit, and of course this is the work outfit that I usually do for messenger work. It was a little bit. But yeah, before you guys came in, we were actually talking about old mobile games being shut down. You stopped me last time, you're my nemesis. Oh, you're welcome to try. Wrong face. You're welcome to try. But yeah, we were talking about old mobile games. So Dragalia Lost, of course, got shut down. Very sad. And then there was also... Oh, Love Live. Love Live sort of recently also ended up getting shut down as well, right? Pretty sad about that as well. I mean, a lot of people... I'm gonna be honest. I was when Love Live shut down. A lot of people were like openly expressing their sadness on Twitter, and because I did not play Love Live, I was sort of just like dunking on them. Like people were talking about, no, Love Live is shutting down. I'm so sad. And then I would go into the tweet replies and just say, and nothing of value was lost that day. And they would get so upset, right? But I don't actually like mean that. You know, it's just like we like to cause a little bit of problems on purpose. Shuts down March 21st, the 31st. I'm upset. Yeah, Love Live has had a long run, right? Which I think is the other sad thing though, because like when it comes to mobile games, like Regalia Lost, like Love Live, right? When the service shuts down, because everything is on like a server, right? You can't really archive it. And so it's almost like a part of that history is lost and it just disappears and you can't retrieve it anymore, the company, sure as heck, they're not going to give you the data, right? So it's just like you play this game and you can enjoy it while it lasts, and then when it's gone, you're just like, there we go. Like it's like it never existed, right? They archived all Dragalia. Oh, did they? Okay. So if people were able to archive Dragalia, then I suppose like yeah, you can at least have it in some form, right? I guess that's the thing though, like because if a game is big enough, then you'll have enough fans who are dedicated to that sort of thing. But like there's so many different gacha games that come out at any given point in time, right? And obviously not all of them succeed. So the smaller ones that do have some people who do enjoy them, they probably don't have nearly as much in terms of the people who are willing to put in the work to try and archive, right? It's what you sign up for with gacha games, which is why I stay away from them, which is entirely understandable, right? Like some of them have a really, really long lifespan. For example, Fate Grand Order is still going. And I suspect that they're probably, well, they keep talking about wanting to end it, but at the same time, like they've been saying that for a while now, and I don't know. I do hope that they get to archive Fate Grand Order though, because like the universe and the world building is a little convoluted, but at the same time there is also a lot of it, right? So just for history purposes. There's even a private server. I'm honestly happy about it. The only problem is that whoever wanted the save data, it's going to be gone tonight. Yeah. I don't know. If I don't know if can you even recover save data? Because that's like I mean, if you can do the asset stuff, you can probably recreate the game itself. But like the save data, I don't know how they would be able to access that, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm very clearly not an expert in this topic, right? Totally not linked to your subject. Your avatar looks in a good way. Thank you. I appreciate that. This outfit is very lovingly designed by my pappy, my father, Maro Karo. If you would like to give her a follow, please also check her out. She does very comfy art streams and chatting streams, and I think she's working on trying to do a little bit of singing content as well. So yes, please follow my father. So, don't mind starting over. I mean, it can be kind of nice starting over as well, right? Because if there's a private server, then chances are they're not really going to be doing anything like charging for the premium currency. I hope not, because that would be very, very strange. Oh, Sinsang, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, wasn't there? So there was also Sino Alice. Was it Sino Alice? I think it was Sino Alice, which was the Urobuchi. I think Urobuchi had a hand in making that one as well. That one shut down. I'm pretty sure that one shut down. It didn't seem to have a very good run to begin with. I mean, 1, 2, 3 years seems to be probably the limit for a lot of gacha games. Unless, I mean, you have big backing like side games, and even then it's not guaranteed, right? Clearly, as Dragalia lost. Even then, Dragalia was pretty generous of gacha. I got the whole cast minus some event-only skins and characters. It does feel like it's like a kind of weird kind of competition, or almost sort of like inflation, so to speak, where it seems like the newer gachas tend to be a lot more generous with their currency or their rewards or whatnot, probably because the competition is so fierce, right? You're competing with the old big series, and so how do you draw people to play your game? Well, you give them more of the free currency. You give them more rolls so that they can, get that funny, happy brain chemical when they roll the gacha, right? And that's how you pull people in. I feel like, when you compare something like very clearly, Grand Blue. You look at Grand Blue and you compare it with Uma Musume. Right? Uma Musume is so much more generous than Grand Blue. And especially like, I guess, Fate Grand Order too, right? Fate Grand Order is notorious for having such garbage shit rates because it's an older game, right? And so, when you want to make your mark on the market and you want to grab that slice of the pie, you gotta, do things a little bit differently, right? Anyways, so we were talking about gacha, but I think we should probably move on. It's been an hour. We've not even done like 5 songs. I appreciated that it took the generosity of Dragalia and put it into Musume. Yeah, Musume is really good. You should play it, Brace. You should play it. Just say it. I know you have your personal compunctions. It's fine. Anyways. So, the next song is this one. Okay, so the next song is this actually got a remake fairly recently But the original came out in... When did the original come out? The manga first came out 1980. The anime came in 1981. And now there's there was one that started last year, right? A remake, that is. So it's pretty new. I think it's pretty recognizable. If you know the series, you can probably recognize it. Oh, wait, no, actually, hold on. I was thinking of something entirely different. There was no remake. Never mind. This one actually came out. When did it? Oh my god, this is even older. The first manga, 1967. That's wild. Second manga, 1977. Lingering in the soft midnight breeze, sweet scents of perfume, Spanish wine and you, stolen moments, so precious, so few. Did I really make love to you? Promises we made, will they quickly fade? Were they wishful dreams we made too late? But that moment I held you so close to me, every fear was gone, and your touch was real. Love was complete. Is your love made of a or could it be just fantasy? This one is the theme, which of course is a very generic sound. But I can't even loop back and forth. Over 50 years ago. Summer nights, warm and filled with delight, I wait here for you, hoping you will appear. Gentle words echo in my heart as you whisper love into my ear. Promises we made, will they quickly fade? Were they wishful dreams we made too late? But that moment I held you so close to me, every fear was gone, and your touch was real. Love was complete. Is your love made of a memory? Or could it just be just fantasy? All right, so that was song number 5. Thank you for the Pachis. Thank you. That one was Theme of Love from Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third, I think it's gotten a bunch of different like series throughout time, right? I guess this was just one of those consistently popular ones. Dude, your voice is gorgeous. Thank you, Sensei. I very appreciate that. I mean, we've been working on it for a little bit. I did take some vocal training in like the past year, because before I was just a shower singer, right? Very, very casual, very minimal experience, just sort of like, just walking out my songs in the car while I'm doing whatever, right? But I think having a little bit of vocal training has helped a lot. So for, again, anybody who, if you are considering doing some kind of vocal work, I would very, very much recommend, if you can afford it, because it is quite pricey. If you can't afford it, do consider vocal training, because having like a teacher who is like there to like guide you specifically on the things that you can do to like, you know, work on your voice and work on things that you want to learn and so on and so forth. Like, it's very helpful. It is a financial investment, as most things are. So again, it's not for everybody. But you know, I didn't think I was going to do it either. But then the first time that we did karaoke, the community was very, 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 very supportive, and I decided, you know what, we're going to take the plunge. We're going to do vocal training, and honestly, like, ever since I've done it, it's been really, really reassuring people hearing people say that, like, they can hear a difference, right? Because I don't, you know, sometimes I can't tell, right? You know, it's kind of like when you live with somebody and you see them every day, like, they don't seem like they really grow, right? You know, they don't really change. But then, like, you know, you leave for a year or two, and then you go back to country X, and then you meet that relative again, and it's like, oh my God, you're like so different. You're so different now. So I think that might be one of those things I've considered, but still not quite there confidence-wise. I mean, vocal coaching is, I think, one of those things that it is really for like anybody, right? You know, if you have that want, if you have that drive, if you want to do it, then there's nothing wrong with like giving it a try. Because I think a lot of vocal coaches, they will actually just do like, they can just take you out for like a couple of lessons, see how you feel about it. I mean, obviously, you know, improvement isn't going to come in the course of a couple of lessons, but you can like just dip your toe in, so to speak, right? Seriously, I didn't expect it. I mean, I think it's honestly partly also because of the song choice, because of course we are doing a lot of jazz today, right? Not just jazz though. There's also like other genres as well. There's other genres, and in a couple of songs after 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Okay, the third song after this one is it's gonna be a little challenging in a different way, because the title of the stream sort of gives it away, but if you are familiar with Platina Jazz, you'll know that they do jazz songs, of course, not just in English. They also do instrumentals. They also have them in a bunch of other languages, and some of them I don't speak, so it's gonna be very strange. Do you write original songs? I actually have been thinking about that. I've been thinking about starting one sometime, but I've never done it before, and so the process is very, very foreign to me. Softer styles like jazz definitely suit best, but you've also put in the work. I mean, I think, yeah, I do prefer like the softer, like, you know, not so much the very high energy songs, more like, you know, like jazz and ballads and that sort of thing. I think that's sort of my wheelhouse, right? So, I mean, if I were to do an original song, it would probably be something sort of like that. I think, what's it called? Ina's Violet has a sort of feel, like a general mood to it that I think I would like. If I were to think of just like you know how like sometimes people when they do art, they'll create like a mood board, right? I suppose you can also do that for music too. Like I could create like a mood board of different songs that I might want a vibe out of. We can add that to. So I guess Ina's Violet would be on there. A second. Tabi no Tochu would probably also be on there. Yonezu Kenshi's Spirit of the Sea, Umi no Yure. Yure? Umi no Yure is also something that I think I would put on that mood board. Something you could easily flow into is definitely where you're at. Yeah, like a very, very flowing kind of music, right? So yeah. What else? Violet, Tabi no Tochu, Umi no Yure. I think those are probably the three main. I should probably make a playlist for this. I should make a playlist for this for like a vibe, and then we can send it off to like an instrumental maker sometime, and then be like, all right, this is the kind of thing that I want. Although there's also a whole process about it, right? I mean, I suppose I could also ask Nelson because he does his own songs. He writes his own songs as well. It's a question of, I guess, do you do the lyrics first, or the or the melody first? I think it'd be either lyrics or melody, right? And then you would make like the full proper instrumental after you have all that sorted out. Again, I've never done this before. Although, like, I see there's a lot of people out there who just like write their own original songs, and it always blows my mind how they do that, because it's like, how do you remember the words and the music and then like not just lose it, right? Either way works. I think it depends on your inspiration. Yeah, I think some people, I've heard it being done both ways. I know somebody who will like write the song, which I guess is the melody and the lyrics together, and then they send it off to somebody else to then create the instrumental for. But again, having never done it, I don't know what I would be like. So I remember choir class asking me to write songs. I suppose it'd be good practice though, right? If you've done it before, then it's probably good practice. And then you would probably be a little bit better off with that. Actually, since we are at 5 songs, I'm going to see if I can go and make myself a sneaky honey lemon tea, because I think all this talking, we're starting to stress things out a little bit. So let me just quickly step out 2 seconds, and we'll be right back to continue our next 5 songs. And maybe more. And we're back. All right, I have procured myself a nice jar of this honey lemon tea. It's actually so convenient. I went to like a Costco and a while back. I bought this jar of just like, it's literally like a preserve of honey, lemon, and ginger. And they just like they stick it all in there. And then you can just like spoon it out and you can put it in some hot water and you'll have like a nice, it's not really like a tea per se, right? But it does make for a pretty good throat drink, I think. Also, Butterzilla, welcome. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, as we mentioned, we are going to continue on with our next song, which is now song number 6. This one, I think, so yeah, we did 1 and then 2 from the second album, and so these 3 songs, this third one and the last 2 before it, would be from the third volume, Platina Jazz Volume 3. This one actually originally, I guess it's not really jazz, but I do feel like this version is a little bit better key-wise, and hopefully you guys will see. It's definitely a little bit more fitting for myself, at least, because the original is way too high. Although we did have to pitch it up just a little bit. Been a long road to follow, been there and gone tomorrow, without saying goodbye to yesterday. All the memories I hold still valid, or have the tears diluted them? Maybe this time tomorrow the rain will cease to follow, and the mist will fade to one more today. Something somewhere out there keeps calling. Am I going home? Will I hear someone sing solace to the silent moon? Zero gravity, what's it like? Am I alone? Is somebody there beyond these heavy aching feet? Still the road keeps on telling me to go on. Something is pulling me. I feel the gravity of it all. Am I going home? Will I hear someone sing solace to the silent moon? Zero gravity, What's it like? Am I alone? Is somebody there beyond these heavy aching feet? Still the road keeps on telling me to go on. Something is pulling me. I feel the gravity of it all. Thank you very much to the Pachis. Thank you. That one was song number, if we can get the set list in, song number 6. Classic, Wolf's Rain, Gravity. How old was Wolf's Rain? I do not know how old Wolf's Rain is. I mean, it's also kind of oldish, right? So let's take a look. Wolf's Rain was... Oh, it's actually not that old. It's in the 2000s. The anime, that is. I feel like the manga... Oh, the manga's actually... Oh, the manga came out after the anime. Interesting. Okay, well, shows what I know. But yeah, this song in particular, like, I remember listening to this on like online anime radio sites, and it was just so good. Every time it popped up, I'd be like, oh man, this is such a good song. Like, sometimes, you know, the anime radio sites, they have like really good bangers in them, but then other times they are populated with like meme songs. Like the one in particular that I would listen to all the time, you know, I would be having such a good time on there, and every now and then they would have DJs, right? So some of the DJs were really good. Like this one guy who did a lot of jazz, I really loved him. And then other times it would just be like, you know, automatically playing. You could request stuff too, right? But you know, I would just be sitting there enjoying my time, right? Vibing with some really good anime and anime adjacent music. And then all of a sudden the song would end, and then there would be Kacha 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 choo choo tetsu musu kata kata choo choo tetsu musu kata kata choo choo. And then the Tetsumusu anthem would just start playing, and it's just like, no! Especially because like the version that would be on that radio was like the super long one where they took basically all of the character songs and they put them together. You know what? I could probably actually, I don't know all the words, but I could probably just like sing it right now because of how many times I've had my comfy music time interrupted by da 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 da. Come on, let's go. Da 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 da. Go go train train. I love my station. Train train. Tetsumusu happy ga takoto ga. Train train. Tetsumusu happy ga takoto ga. Have a nice day. Da 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 da. Oh my god, I actually do remember it. It's wormed itself into my brain. This is terrible. What am I gonna do? Yeah. So Tetsumusu, the train roll. I think they call it train roll. Probably makes sense because like you would just be having a good time, and all of a sudden somebody would play, and then it would just ruin your day, right? The train roll is living rent free in my brain. Welcome nobody. I have no idea what this is, but it sounds wild. We could listen to it. We could listen to it actually. Hey, you guys want to do that? I'm gonna YouTube right now and look up the train roll. So now you also have to be cursed with this knowledge. Okay? You also have to. The full version is 15 minutes long. Kata choo choo tetsumusu kata koto choo choo tetsumusu kata koto choo choo kata koto choo choo kata koto choo choo tetsumusu. Sorry, we're just gonna play one section. Train, train, I love my station. Go, let's go. So they have different lyrics for each of the stations. Train, train, I love my station. Train, train, that's me happy ga ta ko ka. Train, train, that's me so happy ga ta ko ka. Anyways, so imagine 15 minutes of that. 15 minutes of that on loop. Like probably one for each of like the train stations that they do that for, right? I cannot take it. I cannot take it. This play on repeat sounds like torture. Yes, it's very much torture. But I mean, you know, when you wanted to do a little bit of trolling, when you wanted to just cause some problems on purpose, you would go to the request queue and put the song on. I don't know, maybe someday we'll learn it and then we'll actually sing it live or something. Worse than Rickroll, because at least the Rickroll is like 4 minutes long, right? Whatever, however long it is. This one, because it's radio, right? You have to wait for it to finish playing. You can't skip it. So you have to sit there and wait for these train girls to finish singing their songs about their stations and how much they love their stations before you could go back to actually good music, right? Anyways, we were talking about trains. Oh yeah, so I mean, this is also an example of like how, you know, in Japan, they take like basically everything. They take everything and they turn it into an anime girl, right? Because I remember, what was it? Who was it? Oh yeah, Eggy. Eggy was tweeting, or was she tweeting? I think she was tweeting about it, where she went to like an onsen or something, and like all the characters there are, they have characters for onsen now. Like the famous onsen, have characters made out of them, just like how the train stations have anime girls made out of them, just like how the racehorses have anime girls made out of them, just like how the boats have anime girls made out of them, and just as how the guns have anime girls made out of them. It's wild. Someone turned Eggy into an anime girl? Holy shit. Eggy's an anime girl? You're telling me she was not an anime girl before? But yeah, maybe eventually we'll subject everybody to train roll. I don't know, maybe I'll do a self-torture stream where we do something and then we'll just have like train roll playing on loop in the background and see how long we can survive for. Maybe that'll be like a batsu for something. Do that as a batsu or something. Anyways, so now that you are all cursed with the knowledge of train roll fatales, no. So you know how I've been doing the Fatalis runs with like comfy Toho Bossa Nova in the background? That's like a buff, right? That's a buff. If I were to do the Fatalis challenge with train roll in the background, I think I unironically would take so much psychic damage, I don't think I'd be able to finish a single time. It would just like so frustrating. I'm picturing it right now, and it's just like, oh my god, why would you ever subject somebody to that kind of trouble? Forget doing Fatalis, doing anything with this in the background, right? Like I don't know, maybe I'll do like a little personal experiment where like I'm just in the house alone all day and I'll just put it on speakers on blast looped throughout the day and see how long it takes for me to want to jump out a window, right? It's that bad. Make it a redeem? Oh no. That's actually such a good idea. It's gonna have to be super expensive though. It's gonna have to be like 10k points or something. 10k or maybe even 20k points. Play the train roll on stream for 20,000 points. You could save up for VIP. You could buy VIP for 50k. Or you could dump it on train roll. Yeah, see, I think we've been streaming for long enough that probably actually more than a couple of people do actually have 20k points. So the possibility of having a back-to-back multiple train, if you will, is very much not zero. 64k! Hey, Euro, do you want to buy VIP instead? You want to buy VIP instead so you won't have any points to buy the train roll for? Anyways, the more we talk about it, it's like the pink elephant. You know, the more we talk about it, the more people think about it. So I think it's about time we move on to the next song and stop thinking about trains. I don't like the way that smile looks. I do not know where this one comes from. This is just like Vifan. We can look it up afterwards, but I have no idea where this is from. Just singing a melody. Can't believe it's already evening. Still looking at the city lights. 'Cause somewhere in the crowd I see you. Never ever giving up. Just hold on to the dreams and girls been dreaming. The warmth that was there before will find its way right back to your heart. All the city people walking down the sidewalk, what are they thinking about? All the city people talking in the street talk. A little girl was waiting to be discovered. Your heart can take you anywhere. The miracles depending on you. Miracle girl, the wishes that you wish upon, soon every single one will come true. Whoa, miracle girl, miracle girl. The emptiness within your heart, well, I know it can be a bit confusing. Not everything is what it seems. No, the world is so much bigger than that. Just open up your eyes and you'll see the energy to help is all around you. Standing there with open arms, the love you get will come back to you. See the skies are spreading, open is the horizon, and all your dreams are just whirling around. Sparkling on the water, wonderfully surprising, are all the colors of a beautiful rainbow. Well, miracle girl, a smile can take you anywhere, so let the love just shine from your face. Miracle girl, just think that you were almost there, how far away you were from this place. Whoa, miracle girl. It's like the instrumental break. Look up, where the heck is Miracle girl? Your heart can take you anywhere. The miracle's depending on you. Miracle girl, the wishes that you wish upon, soon every single one will come true. Whoa, miracle girl, a smile can take you anywhere, so let the love just shine from your face. Miracle girl, just think that you were almost there, how far away you were from this place. Whoa, miracle girl, miracle girl, miracle girl. Ooh. Thank you very much for watching. And Hairso, welcome, Hairso. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good evening. Or, I mean, it might not be an evening. It might be a different time zone. Thank you for the patches. And that one was, of course, song number 7, which was Miracle Girl. Why, Pachi? Pachi is, it's for clapping, right? When you do the Pachis, like Hachi, right? And when you put it together, it's like Pachi, 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 and that's what clapping is in Japanese. It's a carryover, I think, from like the Japanese VTuber culture. I mean, it's an easy way to just like show you clap, right? So works out. It was one of those Mondays, but luckily it ended already. That's good. That's good. At least the day's over, So now you can just be at home, relax, have a good meal, do the things you enjoy, and just have a good time. Right? Don't need to think about work anymore. can enjoy some good music now. Thank you. I appreciate that you think it's good. Yeah, I mean, we are at a jazz bar, so if you would like to grab yourself a drink, this is probably a good opportunity for that. I was thinking about getting myself a drink as well, but the drinks that I can make right now are actually not good because it's both alcohol and dairy, both of which are not good for singing. So unfortunately, if we do any drinking, it might have to be a little bit of a post-karaoke celebration or relax time because there is a lot of work that I have to do a lot of work. I'm sure you guys are aware. Singing March is starting again. So if you guys aren't aware of what Singing March is, it's basically this challenge. Like, how some months they'll have like art challenges where every day draw this thing for this prompt, right? Singing March is like that, except instead of drawing something, you are singing something. And so they just released the prompt list not too long ago, and I still haven't finished coming up with the list of songs I'm going to be doing. I want to try and make as many of them new as possible, but no guarantees. Some of the songs might be songs that you guys have heard on this channel before, but we'll space them out, I guess. What's the best drink for singing throat besides water? So if you can get honey and lemon of some kind, that's good for throat. Honey especially is really good for that. Apparently you're supposed to just take things straight. I don't know if you have to. I've been having it with just honey and lemon and just putting some hot water in it, and it seems to work out pretty well for me. Right? I had a little bit of a phlegmy problem earlier, and I'm having this honey lemon thing right now, and it seems to already be clearing up, so who knows. Yeah, honey is really kind of funny because honey is almost like a miracle remedy for way too many things you can fix or at least help with honey, right? Which is very sad because the bees are apparently having a bit of a tough time, right? It reminds me a little bit of this would have been God, a long time ago, when frogs were apparently being decimated by this frog fungus, and I don't know if it's actually still happening right now. It might still be happening right now, but who knows? That's the question, right? If it is, yeah, people were talking about creating some sort of almost like a Noah's Ark for frogs. Where they'll just take pairs of every frog they can find and just put them on there so that they can at least have breeding pairs and whatnot. It was pretty bad. It says the honey would prevent the throat from getting sore. Yeah. So there's honey for preventing the throat from getting sore, and I guess lemon to cut through any sort of weirdness in there. Right? I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I mean, as long as it does work. But I think doing this chatting segment in between is definitely costing us a little bit of energy each time. So I do still want to chat with you guys about stuff. Right? I don't want to just be all right, next song, come on, next song. Hurry up, we gotta close up shop, file these people out of here. Because hanging out is fun. I do look forward to these end of the month karaoke's quite a lot. Right? Sometimes it's hard to prepare for them, but at the same time, it's so fun to do. So it's not like I just want to end things off. I don't want to just end things off. But we were talking about this next song, and so I think this might be a good time for us to bring it in because this one, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not in English. It's not in English. And some of you guys might recognize it if you know your old anime. I don't know if it's in the new remake version, but maybe it might be there.
Señoras y señores, madame y monsieur, ahora viene un tema para todos los enamorados. Tenemos aquí esta noche con Sara Yampel y la orquesta de Platina Jazz. ¡Disfrútalo!
This is probably not jazz anymore.
Ne sois pas agité comme toi, mon chéri. Tu es comme un papillon et toujours ailleurs. Les yeux pour le fil des côtés, pense à moi. T'aimes la propre jolie fille, la plus belle au monde. Et je t'aime pour toujours. Et je t'aime, mon amour. Et je t'aime pour toujours. Et je t'aime, mon amour. La lumière des étoiles scintille. agité comme toi mon chéri. Tu es comme un papillon et toujours ailleurs. Les uns pour les filles des côtés et pense à moi. C'est moi la plus jolie fille, la plus belle au monde.
Urusei Yatsura, this is indeed Urusei Yatsura. It's Lum's love song, but in French for some reason. I forgot how long this instrumental goes. It must be at least a 4-minute length. We're just gonna sit here and vibe in the meantime. I mean, it's a pretty nice instrument. Ah, mais pourquoi tous les garçons ont tant de mal la mi ou sol fi à la fois? Mais moi, je te demande n'aimer que moi. Ton amoureuse, la seule que t'aimes au monde. Ne sois pas agité comme toi mon chéri. Tu es comme un papillon et toujours ailleurs. Les uns pour les filles des côtés et pense à moi. C'est moi la plus jolie fille, la plus belle au monde. C'est moi la plus jolie fille, la plus belle au monde. C'est la moi plus jolie fille. Et je pour toujours. Et je t'aime, mon amour. Et je t'aime pour toujours. Et je t'aime, mon amour. Et je t'aime pour toujours.
Lumno Love Song con Sara Youngfeld, la artista y la orquesta de Platina Jazz. Y ahora viene otro tema, una canción muy...
I think that was Spanish. I have no idea what he's saying. I have not taken a day of Spanish in my life. I think that's Spanish. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I'm just speaking out of my butt. But thank you for the pachis. Thank you. As you have correctly guessed, this was from Urusei Yatsura. This is Lum's love song. It was Spanish? Okay. It was Spanish. It sounded kind of like it from the inflection. And so I figured, I mean, Spanish and Portuguese are kind of similar, right? And, you know, you never know. You can, I mean, I can't tell, at least, because I don't have the knowledge of it. In any case, that was Lum's love song, song number 8. I didn't expect to be doing or associating in any significant way with the French this stream, but here we are. So, I mean, the French is alright in small doses. In small doses. I think this is the only French song that we have in this set list. But there are other languages, and I'm probably going to butcher them as well. So here's the thing. I actually do have a little tiny bit of French experience. It's because I did actually take French when I was pretending to be a high schooler. I hated it, but I did take it. Because it was either two language classes or like 2 sciences, like literally every single other person in this program did. And I wasn't going to be one of them because I wasn't going to be a science person, right? So I was like, why don't I just go and take Japanese and French at the same time? Never take 2 languages at the same time. You will cross wires so many times. You will go to Japanese class and speak in French, and a French class in Japanese, and it happens often. It happened to me so often. Don't do it. Focus on one at a time. Didn't butcher it. Don't worry, it was pretty good. Sinsado, do you have a French background? If you have a French background, you can probably judge me. Actually, I know we have people here, many people here in stream today, who will probably be able to offer varying degrees of feedback and criticism on my language abilities. Because there's going to be other things coming up as well. There's going to be other stuff coming up. French Canadian, actually. Oh. The only thing I know about French Canadians is that if you go to Quebec, all the swears are like religious imagery. Like, you know, you go and yeah. Okay, so I'm right then. Yeah, I remember seeing I was at this show once, and we were like intermission. So it was like a live recording of a live show. Right? It was called The Debaters. Actually, it was really funny. And while we were in the audience and we were waiting for like the next half of the show to finish, and like this guy comes up and he just starts entertaining us, right, for like the halftime in the intermission, and he starts telling the story about how he was driving in Quebec, and he was not like, he didn't know anything about like French swears or anything, but he did know that they were all religious imagery. And so, he was on the road, and like, of course, there's a little bit of road rage, right? And then so after he, there's this guy in front of him who was like being really, really, a shitty driver. So then when at the first chance he gets, he pulls over to the side. Well, he goes past him. He merges out and he tries to pass the guy, right? But before he passes the guy, he rolls down his window, right? Goes side to side with the other guy's car, rolls down the window, sticks his head out, and is like, "Hey!" And then he starts making the Catholic cross symbol on himself because it's religious, right? So it has to be a swear, right? And so he told that bit. It was pretty funny. Chalice Calice. Yeah. So if you ever want to swear at somebody in French Canada, just do the little Catholic cross. The Catholic cross with like the two sides and then your head and the. It's a swear. It's a swear. Don't stick up your middle finger at them. It won't work. They won't get it. You got to do the religious one. People will be confused. Well, see, that's how you establish dominance. That's how you dunk on them. I mean, it was probably not true. It was like a story, right? It was a bit, because I feel like most comedians, when they tell stories, it's just made up stuff. It's like, here's this experience that I may have had like in part, but definitely not in whole, and I'm going to dial up the experience to a level. Well, actually, that's probably most storytelling, to be fair. Like, I feel like anytime you listen to like a comedian, or God forbid, a VTuber or a comedian tell a story, they've probably exaggerated or adjusted some parts of it for comedic effect. Probably. That's what I'm expecting at this point, anyways. Anytime somebody tells a story, I'm just like, which parts of that story are false, and which parts of it actually happened to you? You probably just stubbed your toe on the corner of like a wall or something. I don't think your mom ran over your foot with the car and then you had to run to the emergency room. Is this an admission? I am not saying anything. I'm just going to, I will say though that all of my stories are very, very accurate to the exact event that happened. Of course, now that I mentioned that, you can't really believe it anymore, right? So it's like Schrodinger's story. Is it a real story or is it a fake story? Nobody really knows. If somebody does a cross sign to me, I'll know that's where it's from. If I ever, God forbid, decide to cross over into French Canadian territory, why would I ever do that, right? I'll probably just do that to people, just to throw them off. Anyways, so the next song that we have is actually a fairly. It's well known in multiple ways. It's well known as a Platina Jazz piece, and it's well known in terms of the original as well, because the anime that it came from, I think, like obviously made up of a lot of people's formative years, anime watching years as they were children, and probably also gave them a lot of strange proclivities. It's me. I'm a person with strange proclivities because of this anime. But in any case, it's a good song. It goes kind of hard. At some points, but I think you guys will recognize it. It's in my dreams I find the right moment. It is the night that brings me the moonlight. And though I know it's too late to call you, your shadow's always right by my side. Not all the tears I cry are made of sorrow, reflected pools that will never dry. My eyes will show the dawn of tomorrow. The truth will speak in the ray of light. Romance and miracles so hard to define. Invited by the moon in your eyes. I can see you there in every moment. As the day it's so bright and clear. Kaleidoscopic turns in my heart that burns will show the way through the darkest night. The past remains present in the future. Time seems endless when you are near. Like a ticking clock, the twinkle of the stars, so hard to tell what is now and there. Romance and miracles so hard to define. Invited by the moon in your eyes. Like the sky begins on the horizon, the vision's clear but so far away. Right where our story's told, never to be old. Out of touch but it's always there. Messed up on the lyrics a little bit. Alright. It's not a Vtuber stream, we'll have to say. Romance and miracles so hard to define. Invited by the moon in your eyes. It's in my dreams I find the right moment. Time seems endless when you are near. Right where the story's told, never to be old. Out of touch, but it's always there. The vision's far, but it's always clear. It is the miracles that we share. Thank you for the Pachi. Thank you. So, that one was song number... What was that? I can't tell. I can't tell what the song number is. It's number 9, Moonlight Densetsu, which of course I'm sure a lot of us recognized as the original Japanese opening theme to Sailor Moon. How to tell if somebody is going to be become fucked up later on in life if they watched Sailor Moon as a child or not. If you... I mean, well, to be fair, do you take requests? So we do have request karaoke's. Today we have a fixed set list where we're, usually they're themed, right? And so today's theme is, what's it called? Platina Jazz. So Platina Jazz does these anime remixes into jazz, but probably this coming weekend we're going to do karaoke. And it's probably going to coincide with the release of our next casual cover. So we did delay it a little bit because of having to prepare for the stream, and so it's not. Unfortunately, we missed out on the every 2 weeks thing. But I think we originally changed up the timing a little bit just so that the cover wouldn't overlap with the end of the month karaoke. So I think it still works out. Surprisingly accurate. Does it even matter? Does it even matter if you're a dude or a girl? If you watch Sailor Moon, you probably grow up fuck up in some way.
Not like specifically how, who knows? Nobody really knows. But in some way, you are going to be scarred for life. But it's not always negative. It's not necessarily negative. It's a positive scar. Yeah, I remember people were posting that, like, you know, that little trend thing where it's like, oh, one like is like one fictional character crush. And I saw that, and when I got the first like, I was immediately like, yeah, you know what was the first one I had? A Sailor Jupiter. Sailor Jupiter was the first one. I remember, God, like, I don't know what was if it was like a chicken or egg sort of thing, but I remember going specifically to like a local toy store, and they had like puzzles out, right? And I went and bought like a puzzle. It was like a large puzzle, so it was very easy for children. Like, thinking about it now, why would they make Sailor Moon very accessible to children? I don't know why. But in any case, it was like one of those children's puzzles of Sailor Jupiter, and I bought it, and I think that was a formative moment where that was the point where the direction of my life was forever changed into degeneracy. Yeah. Unfortunate. I could have been so much more. I could have been a productive member of society. I could have, you know, helped continue the family line. Nope. I watched Sailor Moon as a child. Yeah. Unfortunate how that happens. You could have been boring. I could have been one of those tech bros, you know. I could have been a crypto bro. I could have been like making, you know, 7 figures and like retiring at the age of 25. But nope, I watched anime. They're probably not connected. There's probably a lot of those people out there who are also very similarly weird. Granted, I don't know any personally, but they probably exist. Right. Anyways, so I think we are hitting our 2-hour mark. So let's just do our song number 10, and then we'll take a quick water refill break before we then move on into the last 5 songs of the setlist. This one's also popular. This one got a remake, not like recently, but relatively recently, that I did end up actually watching. And it was pretty good. I tried it the first time, couldn't finish it, tried it again later. It was actually really good. This one is the first of our 2 tracks from the 5th volume of Platina Jazz. It's a banger. Who's that man? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? He is called the devil man, he's devil man. Some say he's a traitor, they say he's cold as ice. He's the man who sacrificed everything to fight. Devil arrow at the speed of light, devil ears guide him in the night. Devil wings, he's lord of the skies. Devil beam, a ray of fire. With evil powers close at hand, the devil's in command. He is a hero, so just and fair. He's devil man, he's devil man. One day he was touched by the kindness of a man. Hearing of humans' love, he began to understand. Devil chop, the power of his fist. Devil eye, see clear in the mist. Devil kick, breaking every bone. Devil cutter, crushing stones. With evil powers close at hand, the devil's in command. He is a hero, so just and fair. He's devil man, he's devil man. Can we solo with them? We do have one of those. I don't know how this part goes. This is a clarinet. It's pretty good clarinet solo. Retro game, just in time for Platina Jazz.
With evil powers close at hand, the devil is in command. He is a hero, so just and fair, he's devil man. He's devil man.
You really do be a devil, man. Hey, you're kind of a devil person yourself, aren't you, Mazu? Thank you for the punches. Thank you. This one, of course, very, very easy to recognize. Debiruman. I honestly prefer this version quite a lot to both like the original as well as the remake version. And thank you should have for the punches as well. Yeah, Devilman, I don't know. I think this is probably, out of all the Platina Jazzes, probably my favorite, if not my... Well, one of the favorites, if not my most favorite. Right. This one, and I think Moonlight Densetsu, which we did a little bit earlier, would be very, very closely tied for first place. They're both good in like different ways. Right? This one has a lot more of like I don't know. The music video for it is almost sort of like a film noir detective kind of thing. Right? I don't know. I just really, really appreciate that particular aesthetic. So, anyways, we said we were going to take a break, but I think I'm feeling pretty good. I think we're feeling pretty good. Since Truno did end up deciding to, send their community over here, let's see if we can keep on going. It would kind of suck if somebody raided and then we just do finish up one song and then just immediately go on a break, right? So let's jump into the next one now. This next one I think is going to cost me a little bit because I think some of the people who may have been watching up until now might be like, "Oh, this is terrible. You butchered my language," and they might leave. So again, let me know. Let me know if I'm doing it bad. I've never never spoken this language a day in my life. I'm literally just going off phonetics. It's so hard. It is hard, but it's not super hard. But it is a little hard. It's a little hard. It's such a good song though. And people were talking about how even the original, it fits really, really well with this kind of music. So hearing it like this, it does work. But I have no idea how to sing it. Let's try. Now, apparently, part of this style of music, if you want to do it properly, you do actually have to sort of talk with the band. I didn't know that. I'll try.
Cruzando a través del cielo macrocósmico, el rayo golpea y sacude la tierra. Y Los jóvenes humanos no estaban listos. Fue un golpe que lo hizo despertar. Macuros, Macuros, un hombre joven y valiente cerebro, y a su querido proteger y sin perder, sin descansar ya luchará día y noche hasta el final. Will you love me tomorrow? Quebra la oscuridad en pedazos y se va a la estrella azul, la que más lejos brillará. Macuros, Macuros, Macuros.
Vamos! I have this is like I'm literally just going off the next at this point. There's a band in the background. They're playing. Woo! Go get that trombone. Time for verse 2.
Más allá de las estrellas o la oscuridad, a los niños del universo Él los llevará. Una flecha del destino Él va a disparar a la lucha infinita para nunca retornar. Oye, Macuros, Macuros, bajo la luz del sol y canciones de cuna, el niño dormirá, descansará, luchará y protegerá cada día que amarás. Will you love me tomorrow? Quiebra la oscuridad y a luz regresará hasta el día que la luz volviera a brillar. Macuros, Macuros, Macuros. I think I'm supposed to sing something here. I'm not doing it in Spanish though, 'cause I don't know the language. Thank you, Bat, for playing the instrumental. I think this is the end of the song.
Marcos. I don't know what to say at this point anymore. Damn, it was so bad it made somebody cry. Thank you for the podcast. Say thank you. Bravo! Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah. This might actually be the first time I've spoken Spanish on stream. Well, I don't even know if you can count it as speaking Spanish because we were saying it probably pretty badly too. But that was Macross. That was a theme to Macross. Milo Molson, thank you for coming by. Welcome. You were laughing actually. Well, I appreciate that. All right, so on a scale of 1 to century egg, how badly did I fuck it up? You can be honest. Right? It's again. The only thing all I'm doing here is like I'm looking at the words, understanding that I know it's a phonetically consistent language, supposedly, and like using the best of my knowledge from what's it called? My my Japanese pronunciation, because apparently they're similar, as well as a little bit of understanding from Romance languages from French, and that's it. That's all I got. So let's see how bad it was. I have to say, for someone with no idea what he's saying, that was very good. Really? Okay. Yeah, I had no idea what I was saying. like these words that are coming out of my mouth, what the fuck do they even mean? Now, apparently, somebody was looking at the lyrics for this, and they say that it was actually pretty accurate to the lyrics for the original Japanese. Now, I think what that means is that it was more like a transliteration, right? Which I guess for songs usually is not great. But I don't know. It sounds okay. You miss certain sounds, but on the whole, I understood all the lyrics. Okay, well, that's good. So one of the things that was super confusing me was, so sometimes there are S's in the middle of the words, right? And the guy who sings it in the original, sometimes he pronounces it, and sometimes he doesn't. And that was throwing me off so bad. I probably should have picked the brain of somebody who like did actually know and understand Spanish before I gave this a try, but I ran out of time. So like, for example, like if I were to just read this word, look at it by myself, I would say it as estrellas, right? But apparently it's like estrellas or something. That's an accent dialect. Oh, okay.
Más allá de las estrellas, en la obscuridad.
If you're planning to cover something, I'd be happy. Hell yeah, I'll probably tap you on the shoulder if it ever comes down to that. It'd be pretty fun. I don't know. Spanish is definitely not an area of strength, but somehow I've gone and decided that, hey, we're gonna do this Platina Jazz Karaoke, and you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna put 2 songs in a language you've never spoken before. It is actually estrellas. Oh my god. So you do have to have the hard S on it. It is estrellas. See, that's something that you don't know as a non-Spanish speaker. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Well, I guess in that sense, then for the next one, then I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the next one in full though, because it's much harder than this one. This one was actually like relatively okay to learn. The next one is so fast. There's so much blending of sounds in there. It's way too much. Roll your R, literally. Okay, Yusha, I literally cannot roll my R's. I have a genetic deformity. It's called not being able to roll my R's. It's like, here, I can try. It's terrible. Because I did not grow up with any languages that required me to roll my R's. And so my tongue physically cannot make that move. Right? I would be terrible speaking Spanish, right? English does not roll R's. The other languages do not roll R's. Even Japanese doesn't like really roll R's, right? Like, I mean, if you were in Japan though, you could probably do it. Some people can, some people can't. You know, mostly it's just from like the whole Yankee thing where it's like, you know, but like I can't even do that. I wish I could so I could actually pretend to be intimidating for once in my life. You know? You do it sometimes with Japanese. It's more like a flick. It's not like a proper roll. It's like rariruredo. It's more like a single flick, right? Whereas the rolls, they're like repeated, right? So it is quite different. Anyways, seeing as how we are now on the last 5 songs of the stream, let's just jump right into the next one. The next one, I think, so starting from this one, this is now the 6th volume. And so the last 5 songs are all from the 6th volume. It's crazy how many good songs there were in the 6th volume. Or at the very least ones that had like lyrics and vocals in it so that you can actually sing it. The problem with the other ones is that because there are, shall we say, like main instruments that are taking the lead, you're essentially singing the main melody too, which could be helpful if you don't know how the song goes. I don't know. I feel like it gets in the way a little bit. Anyways, so this next one, if you like magical girls, you'll probably like this one. You'll probably enjoy this one. Crazy that they turned this into jazz.
They come as a peril upon another. Frankly, it is hard to grasp. Even in our costumes, we are tougher, harder. You and me, we're faster than fast. Together on this path and through this crisis, we have always known we are born,
We're one.
we are bold, we are strong. Your best, my best, bringing the best to life. We will never, ever fail. People say that luck will come only to those who smile. Negative thinking, fly away. The flowers of life all your strength and power. Keep on working harder. You're my best friend. You are. Sundays after school time.
Not yet.
Sundays after school time for carefree chatting. The very best time of the day. Gossip is like vitamins, this just adding to infatuation, I'd say. A rainbow bridge that arches rising from the depths in the dark. Magic gift from above, how it sparks. Your best, my best, the best in us we will give. Your love, courage, conquer all. Sparkling dimples, this what I'm aiming for. I wanna hear your burning heart. Stars in your eyes tonight. Give it all your strength and desire. Keep on sparking brighter. You're my best friend. You are.
I'm wondering how accurate the lyrics for this are to the original as well. Oh, no, more instrumental. You can never tell where the jazz and soul will start or when they're going to add another.
What that means I really can't tell. Can't do my chores and my homework's hard, and I'll do my best and all will be well. We're like yin and yang, like night and day, but you feel what I feel. We are strong, our dreams become real. Your best, my best, we're bringing the best to life. We will never, ever fail. People say that luck will come only to those who smile. Negative thinking, fly away. Flowers of life will bloom. Give it all your strength and power. Keep on working harder. You're my best friend. You are, you are.
Thank you for the punchies. Thank you. Yeah, so that one was probably not very expected. That one was, I actually was so excited when I heard this in the album. I was like, oh my god, this doesn't seem like something that you could just easily turn into jazz. But Danze Futari wa Pretty Cure. I've never watched Precure. I think Precure is sort of like gotta go to sleep, stay alive. Thank you for streaming. Really good seeing you. Have fun. Thank you, Sinsaga. Thank you for coming by. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Solve those logs, have memes, and honk snooze. And I hope you wake up very energized for tomorrow. Yeah, Precure. It's funny. I remember once seeing people were doing like an interview of sorts on Japanese TV for like the demographics of Precure, right? It's so crazy. The two biggest demographics for Precure are like preteen girls, which makes sense, right? The two biggest demographics for Precure are preteen girls and middle-aged men. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I can think of a couple reasons why they might be like that. You know, I guess in that sense, I don't know, Precure is sort of almost like the My Little Pony of Japan. Right? I watched like the first episode, and all I remember is laughing at the transformation choreographies. Oh, Precure goes hard on the transformation. They like, they go so hard at the transformations. I think I haven't watched it, but I do remember Symphogear also being pretty wild, right? Precure's Kino, you should watch Heartcatch and Smile at least. I mean, I'm not against watching Precure. I think the main thing is just that they're pretty old. Just started getting into jazz. I don't know much about it, but I love it. Jazz is pretty cool. Welcome, Renzo. But yeah, I don't know. Precure is one of those things that I guess is I could give it a shot. But then at the same time, there's also so much other anime that I haven't been able to keep up with, and I feel like I should do that other stuff first, you know, rather than jumping into something that's like so long, like Precure, because Precure is really long. It's got so many seasons. I don't know how much continuity is there between it, but I mean, the other thing about Precure is that technically it is catered towards like elementary school people, girls, right? And I don't know if I'm exactly the target audience for that. Right. Then again, to be fair, Magical Girl is fine, right? Magical Girl, I've always said this. Magical Girl is, or actually, let's flip it around. Tokusatsu is just Magical Girls for dude bros in denial. That's what it is. I will stand by the statement. Tokusatsu, Super Sentai, that sort of thing is just literally Magical Girls for dude bros in denial. Like, it's the exact same concept. The only difference is that like the main characters are dudes versus girls. Like that's it. It's the same thing, you know. So any people who are vehemently pro Toku and anti Magical Girl, I got some news for you. You're it's a whole lot of cope in there. All right. So we are about 2 hours 20 minutes in. Yeah, we still got like how many songs? We got like 3 songs left. 1, 2. All right, this next one's pretty all right. The one after that, I'm gonna die, and then the last one I would say is probably a pretty good way of wrapping up the stream. So let's just jump into it. Do you play any instruments? I had a little bit of piano training before. I don't play it now anymore because I stopped like many years ago. Almost like, God, so long. I can't even count. Way too long. Wish I could though. Been meaning to try and get back into it.
If I give up what little things I have left, then will my heart find forgiveness? How much pain and sorrow do I have to face before I can see you again at last? One more time, make the season stop their endless turning. One more time. Oh, it's been a while since we were playing. Every time when you and I were bickering, I would let you have your own way in the end. Even when you were wrapped up in yourself, that would only make me care for you even more. One more chance. I am stumbling in the distant memories. One more chance. I don't know where I should be going. I am always searching for you everywhere, open just to get one glimpse of you in the backstreet windows at the railway station. Although deep down I know you're never going to be there. If only I could wish upon a star, my wish would be to have you in my arms. Nothing I wouldn't do, I'd give up everything for the chance to just hold you one more time.
They make everything at this point. Eventually they're gonna cover every single song.
Anyone me could end my loneliness, but it's no good lying to myself. Soon another star would fall down from the sky. One more time, make the season stop their endless turning. One more time. Oh, it's been a while since we were playing. I'm always searching for you everywhere, open just to get one glimpse of you at the intersection between night and morning. Although deep down I know you're never ever gonna be there. Every time I witness something magical, I just want to share it once with you. The morning has come and I'm here all alone, and and the words that I wished I had said. I love you.
Oh, forgot about this part.
How the sound of our hearts are fading away. I'm always searching for you everywhere, hoping to get just one glimpse of you when the dawn is breaking in Sakuragi City. Although deep down I know you're never going to be there. If only I could wish upon a star, my wish would be to have you in my arms. Nothing I wouldn't do, I'd give up everything for a chance just to hold you one more time. Hoping to get just one glimpse of you at the intersection between night and morning. Although deep down I know never gonna be there. Every time I witness something magical, I just want to share it once with you. Now the morning has come and I'm out here all alone, and the words that I had wished that I had said, I love you. Something happened there, my lyrics got cut off. I lost the last chorus, it had to go back to the last one. We might have to redo that song sometime.
How the heck did I miss an entire section of the song? What the hell? Yeah, we're gonna have to go digging. We're gonna have to go digging for that one because the lost chorus, the lost final chorus is in there somewhere. You can't just do this song and then just like not do the final chorus. It's like the peak of the song. Thank you for the Pachis. There's a little bit of weird stuff going on there, but in any case, that was one more time, one more chance. Yeah, I did not expect that they would do this song either. And I guess it's a little bit not like the same as other jazz. It's not like slow jazz for sure, but you know, it's still a nice vibe, right? I do say that between this one and the original, I probably prefer the original because the original is just like much more, shall we say, like more melancholy, right? This one almost it's a little bit more cheery because of like the way that the instrumentation is done, right? So I don't know quite how I feel about this one. It's a good song, probably not a very good arrangement. All right, we're actually going to start the next one right now because it has a little bit of an intro, and once again, I'm going to butcher the language because it's an Espanol. It's an Espanol. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can add some of the ad-libs. Wait, no, Robert. Oh, I'm very far from Robert. There's a lot of issues. Sure if this one, I guess it kind of fits. You could definitely adapt it into this kind of style. I guess this would be considered salsa maybe. Oh my god, yeah, I think the intro is like 1 minute long. They took all the fade out at the end of the original and put it at the beginning instead.
Sí, Platina Jazz, Panamá, que rico. Presentado el Blue Real. Se le la la. Oh yeah.
Oh god, time to scuff.
tiempo ha pasado ya demasiado y no hay tiempo para lamentar que me enamoré de ti. El viento sigue ahí, sigue soplando y todavía yo no puedo curar esta herida en mi corazón. Oye, con ojo veo el mañana y con otro estoy mirando el ayer, estoy mirando el ayer. En la cuna de tu amor quisiera dormir y por una sola última vez me gustaría volver. Mis ojos secos quiero dejar, alguien por mí puede llorar. The real folk blues quiero sentir la tristeza verdadera dentro de mí y esa vida aquí que vivo yo está empapado en el río de barro, no está mala si no vuelve a suceder. No me va a suceder, oye. Relación llena de esperanza y mis oportunidades encerradas en esta trampa. Cuéntame que no sé lo que es bueno y lo que es malo. Parece ser como una moneda y su tocarás. ¿Y cuánto tiempo viviré antes de querer curarme? The real folk blues quiero sentir la alegría verdadera dentro de mí. Siempre hay cosas que brillan, pero todo no es oro. The real folk blues quiero sentir la tristeza verdadera dentro de mí y esa vida aquí que vivo yo está empapado en el río de barro, no está mala si no vuelve a suceder.
Honestly, I literally don't even speak Spanish. I'm just going off of the what's it called? The phonetics. See, Kaji's Inferno Chim's twerking on me. While we're waiting, we can chat about it. I'm waiting for the Yorubani Spanish phrase, Espanol phrase. This one I know, there's some parts in here that are really, really fast. Like, I couldn't. Your voice is so good for salsa though. Damn it. Do I have to learn Spanish? Do I have to learn Spanish? Maybe that's something we can spec into. I don't know, maybe we could learn some Spanish salsa. We could do a salsa karaoke. Enseñarte. I have no idea what that means, Kaji Onyama. You've probably taken a lot more Spanish than I have. Actually, you definitely have. You live down in a spirit world, and spirit world definitely has Spanish classes.
Quiero sentir la tristeza verdadera dentro de mí y esa vida aquí que vivo yo está empapado en el río de barro. No está mala si no vuelve a suceder. El
Corazon? Corazon? Is that song in Spanish? Canción, okay. What is corazon then? Corazon is what the? Oh, core. Fuck. Okay, yeah. You sound like Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony. See, here's the funny thing. I've only recently come up on that, and so I don't have a lot of cultural knowledge about this sort of thing. Mark Anthony. I should look him up. I'll look him up. Okay, I'll put that name down. Mark Anthony. Thank you for the Pachis. Thank you. This one. Song number 14. Our second last song of the night. I did not expect to do 2 Spanish songs in one night, in one sitting, but here we are. I don't know. It's arco de entrenamiento. Entrenamiento. Can I request a song next time with the original lyrics with the salsa background? You know, we could try that right now. It was married to Jennifer. Ooh, Shirabe! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, raiders. Oh my god. So let's see if we can give Silvage CA. Here we go. Welcome, raiders. Thank you for coming by. You were playing Scarlet Violet as well. Hey, did you know that there is a Scarlet Violet tournament going on the weekend at Kaji Oniyama's channel? You can join it. Well, welcome, raiders. If this is your first time here, my name is Nanase Cain. I am a Dragon Master VTuber. Today we are having a little bit of Platina Jazz Karaoke. Just a little bit of karaoke to round off your night. And you know what? Since we did get our raiders just now, let's see if we can make this karaoke a 4-language karaoke. Why don't we try that? Let's see, because I know Euro did ask for it just now, and I mean we could stretch it for a little bit, right? It's not a huge deal if we stretch it a little bit, right? You venerated, we got venerated. Hell yeah. You guys had a good time playing Scarlet Violet. Anyways, let's give this a try. I don't know how well it'll work. But again, that's what trying is for. We'll probably just do like the first half of it. Might be super hard. You never know. Yeah, I hope you guys, I mean, what's your, I don't know, how far are you in terms of Scarlet? Are you like endgame, or are you like down? The lack of emotes makes it hard to express how I'm vibrating right now. I mean, we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see what Japanese in salsa, especially salsa designed for a originally Spanish sound, might sound. We're here for science, though. I mean, this is a very science-friendly channel. We do a lot of science all the time. The only thing is that this opening section is pretty long, so we do have to sit kind of through it, you know? I am mid-game and not close to Elite 4 yet. I mean, Scarlet Violet is a pretty long game. So, I mean, I remember I had a ton of fun with it, even without online features. So, we're having a good time. Alright, it begins soon. Let's give it a try. See how it goes. No, not yet. Two more.
"愛してたと嘆くにはあまりにも時は過ぎてしまった」「まだ心のほころみを癒せぬまま風が吹いてる」一つの目で明日を見て一つの目で昨日を見つめてる君の愛のゆりかごでもう一度安らかに眠れたら乾いた瞳で誰か泣いてくれ
Should probably change the way I do it too.
The real folk blues 本当の悲しみが知りたいだけ泥の川に浸かった人生も悪くはない一度きりで 望に満ちた絶望と罠が仕掛けられてるこのチャンス、何が良くて悪いのか、コインの表と裏みたいだ。どれだけ生きれば癒されるのだろう。 The real folk blues 本当の喜びが知りたいだけ、光るもののすべてが大事は限らない。 The real folk blues 本当の悲しみが知りたいだけ、泥の川に浸かった人生も悪くはない、一度きりで終わるなら。
Let's just slowly fade it out. Wrap it up here for this one. Hey, that was pretty good. That was so good. You are a genius. You are a genius. This is actually, see, I think it might be pretty fun to like take these songs, because I was thinking about doing the original Japanese versions too instead of the English ones, or at least not the Spanish or the French ones. But then I thought, you know what, it's probably more fun if we try it, right? So that's why they're all in the change versions, the adapt versions. Bravissimo, thank you, gracias. Thank you for the pachis. Thank you for the cool drink as well. Very cool. Very cool. Thing is, you're already confident with the Japanese one. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So it's not like a challenge, you know, if we could stick with the Japanese one. It's I guess you could say it is a little bit more fun, you know, going for that foreign language that I literally don't even speak, and trying it instead. I don't know. I feel like I might want to learn the Spanish Macross and real folk blues a little bit more. Do a little bit more practice so that we can whip it out on request karaoke sometime, if you guys ever want to ask for it. Anyways, so we are getting pretty close to 3 hours. You get there with the Spanish one, 2 weeks. Really? Interesting. Well, we'll try. I might have to poke some people to ask for some Spanish pronunciation help. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so last song of the day. Of course, thank you once again, everybody, for coming by to the karaoke and also for the raids. This one we can probably say is a good way to end off the karaoke. And I think this one actually I do prefer more than the original. A rare case. Crazy JC, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. How many languages do you speak? Honestly, just English and Japanese, and not too much else. Just those. The French, je comprends un peu de français, mais mon français est très mal. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? That's about as much as I can say. Donde está la biblioteca? It's around that much. Anyways, so this last song, I suppose you could say it's good for ending off the stream, because the themes are very much aligned with that sort of thing. It's kind of long, actually. It's not that long. Yo tengo una fiesta en mis pantalones. I have no idea what that means, but something with pants.
I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself. I thought that I could live for no one else. But now, through all the hurt and pain, it's time for me to respect the ones you love mean more than anything. So with sadness in my heart, I feel the best thing I could do is end it all and leave forever.
What's done is done, it feels so bad. What once was happy now is sad. I'll never love again, my world is ending. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me inside. Glad you guys are vibing. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I mean, this is our last song. A little nice slow song to wrap up the day. It all returns to nothing. It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It all returns to nothing. I just keep letting me down, letting me down, letting me down. In my heart of hearts, I know that I could never love again. I've lost everything, everything, everything that matters to me matters in this world. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me inside.
Michael Bublé. That's high praise.
It all returns to nothing. It just keeps tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It all returns to nothing. I just keep letting me down, letting me down, letting me down.
I think I'm offbeat. I am offbeat. I'm a bar behind. We're a bar fast.
It all returns to nothing. It just keeps tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It all returns to nothing. I just keep letting me down, letting me down, letting me down. Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
Bravo! Thank you for the bravo. Thank you for the pachi pachis. And of course, that was song number 15. If you watch anime, you definitely know this one. Come Sweet Death. Kom Suser Todd. I don't speak German. Wow, that's a fifth language. I mean, it's one word, but thank you. Once again, I hope you guys had a good evening here at the non-specific jazz club that I am renting for the day. And I hope you guys had a good time in karaoke. Once again, thank you guys for coming out to listen. Also, thank you to all the raiders who came by as well. This music is very, very low. We can turn this up a little bit. We're just going to put it on the background. Usually we just let the last song run for a little bit. So, that, of course, was our month-end karaoke. And as for next month's theme, I already know what's going to happen because, of course, March is Singing March. So we're going to have 31 songs on that list, and we're probably going to see if we can do all 31 of those songs. Probably not. We may have to split it up into two, like what we did the last time. So, but that's the theme. And then, of course, on April, we're going to try and do Frederick. Wonderful, thank you. I think from all the monthly karaoke I've watched, that has been hands down my favorite. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Always glad to have you guys here. Good job, and thank you for coming by to watch. As for the rest of the week, let's see what's happening on the week. Tomorrow I will be taking off because I need to get a head start on all the Singing March stuff. I need to start recording. I'm probably going to spend the entire day doing that after I get home from Messenger work, that is. Wednesday is going to be yet another Nakaboke collab. This time, it's going to be on Golden Kenji's stream, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where we're having it. It may change, but in any case, go follow him. In fact, we do have actually a little bit of a group. Myself, Kaji Onyama, Bodega Rat, and Golden Kenji, we are part of a little friends group. We call ourselves Nakaboke. We share a Discord. If you would like to come and hang out, more than welcome to come join in. We actually do have Among Us. We're going to be doing Among Us in the Discord as like a little community game on Friday. So if you would like to join in on that, please feel free to come join in. It's just a very, very casual place for people just like hang out and stuff. So that's Wednesday. We're probably going to be doing Played Up. I think it's Played Up is what it's called. I think that's where we're leading towards. Thursday, I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel scheduled. Depending on how the week goes, we may or may not have to reschedule it rather, because there's some other stuff I got to take care of that week as well. So fingers crossed, we may be able to do it. If not, we'll put it another time. Fridays, of course, the community game night. Saturday will be Kaji's tournament. So, of course, you can also follow Kaji down there. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing a little request karaoke plus releasing the bi-weekly cover that for this week only is 3 weeks because we had to do the karaoke. Yeah, that's basically everything we have. All right, it's been a great time. I am going to have to go and sort out my, Singing March list. And so, I think what we'll do is we will find somebody to raid into. All right, let's see who is on right now that we can raid into. Let's see. I feel like given the ending of our stream today, we may want to find somebody who's doing something kind of comfy. So, is there anybody else who may be doing karaoke? Let's see here. Ooh, there's quite a few. There's a lot of Korean VTubers. Well, I suppose in terms of time zones, it makes sense, right? There are a lot of Korean VTubers. Issa is on. So let's see if we can go raid Issa. Issa, of course, also a VTuber who does quite a lot of music. So please show them some love. So our raid message for today is going to be Comfy Jazz Raid with the ellipses. You gotta have the ellipses. If you don't have the ellipses, it's not comfy. Right? So it's there. All right, and that's our raid message. There you go. So you're welcome to use any other emails as well, including ones that are not from this channel. Please go show Issa some love and yeah, have a good time. But yeah, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go work on a little bit of stuff. Thank you guys once again for coming, all the raiders, all the listeners, and I'll see you again, perhaps sometime later. お疲れでした。